Hello, can you all hear me? Yeah, I
Yes,
will
sir. It's
remove my
audible.
mask.
Please go ahead, sir.
Sorry, due to restrictions, I'm supposed to wear the mask, so I'm wearing. I'm in office now, right now. But anyway, I will remove for a temporary basis, no issue. So first of all, I take this opportunity to thank Dr. M.G.R. Research and Education Institute to provide an opportunity for me to speak about it, and also especially to Dr. Manivandan sir and all the organizing committee for arranging a 1 week faculty development program, because this is a very fundamental, the requirement of the day to day, or I would say the requirement of this current COVID era. Okay, so I hope with this message, I hope all of you are safe and stay in home in this unprecedented time. Yeah, with this, I would like to start my, a small session. So this, I would say that introspection. I named it very differently, called introspection, because if at all we need to get into any kind of a new era, first of all we need to look at back or reflect back that what we are and what we can do or what it will take us. So with this keynote, I would like to start my a few slides. I have around 10 to 12 slides just to give a big picture about what is the COVID all about and how I am looking the COVID as an introspection or as whatever it is. So you will come to know that in next 40-45 minutes. I will take the session. So let me present my screen. So confirm me once you can able to see my screen. Huh? So I hope you can see my screen, right? Okay. See, I named the subject very simple way, that COVID-19 crisis. Yes, we all agree that this is a crisis, and I am finding an opportunity for doing introspection. That's what I coined it as the COVID-19 crisis, as an opportunity for introspection. So this is what the whole theme for my almost 1 hour session. So let me look at it how it will make it happen. And I want this the webinar to be more
Hello.
I would say interactive. Can you hear me?
Sir,
Is there any
your
voice?
screen is visible. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so can you able to hear whatever I said so far? Hello, hello. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
please.
We can.
Yeah, please inform me when you get an interruption in my talk. Huh? So I was saying about the COVID as an opportunity for introspection. So this is an very different view which I want to bring it to all of you in next 45 minutes. So let's look at it, what I am reading as the COVID-19 crisis. So this is an interesting slide. You can see why today we are in COVID-19 pandemic situation, but you can see the slide which is the cricket pitch and which says that get set and go. What I am trying to say here is, openers always get a chance to create a space, right? So for the the themselves as well as for the next batsman, correct? So this is where I am standing today, that I'm opening this FTP program now for a 1 week program. So first of all, I have to create the space for myself, and also I have to create the space for my next batsmen who are coming in next 4 5 days, right? So but the point is, the foundation is always very important. The strong foundation will always take the building to the very elevated level. So in that way, keeping that in mind, I thought of considering their subjects also in mind and give a thought process how I can create the opportunity for myself to set the game right. So I'm sure, I hope I will do it to my best with all your support to make this webinar more interactive. So I would recommend all of you, whenever you look at the slides, if there is your opinions are there, you can put emojis, which is the best way to communicate to each other. Though we are very far, but I don't think so we are. because we are virtually connected and we are connected through hearts. So you can use your emotions using emojis in the the chat box, so that I also will come to know whether I'm going in a right track or wrong track. Okay, so this will enable me to talk better. So with this key small note, I would like to take up this session. And always I believe my style is to start something with either a video or a story. So I feel that right now playing video is very difficult because of so many configurations coming into picture. So I thought to give a small what do I call a story. uh, I hope you're all listening to me. So I would like to give a small story called Destination Unknown. Yeah, you're all hearing to me. So many configurations coming into picture. So I thought to give a small what do I call a story. I hope you're all listening to me. Yeah, it's called Destination Unknown. So the story is very simple. Why I'm saying Destination Unknown? The story is very simple. A monk slowly walks along a road. Yeah, when he hears the sound of galloping horse, he turns around to see a man riding a horse moving towards his direction. Yeah, when the man reaches closer, the monk asks, "Where are you going?" To which the man replies, "I don't know. Ask the horse," and rides away. Yeah, the monk get completely confused. What he's saying? The guy is riding, but he is saying that direction is known to horse, but not known to him. Today, this is the direction, or this is the situation where we are all standing. Yeah, in this scenario, the horse is basically, in this story, the horse represents the subconscious mind. It's our subconscious mind. The horse represents the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind runs on past conditioning. It's I would say that it is nothing but a computer program. When you say that there is a computer program controls, when you have control in your hand, you can lead. But when the control is in the computer hand or in the program hand, you will be have to take away along with that. So with this keynote, I would say today's the crisis, so called the COVID, it's taking us in different patterns. It's taking us in different ways, which we don't know. That is why I am saying to you all that destination is unknown as of now. But at the end of the webinar, I will let you know what is this destination, how this horse can turn around or make an 360-degree rotation. Okay, so I hope you are able to listen to me. So can I proceed to next? Hello. Yeah, okay. So let me take you through with this, the platform setting of what is a destination unknown, where we are all. So I would like to go to a small introspection. We all know what is the meaning of introspection. It is just going inside and looking at the what went wrong, what went right, what we can do, and it is a state of reflection, how we can take it up. So I always consider the whole universe constitutes three fundamental elements, or which is standing on three fundamental elements, which is nothing but people, process, and product. I'm sure all of you will agree. One or the other way, the ecosystem is connected in any one of these elements. People means we. The process means whatever we do, like we sleep, we ride, we drive, we eat. All those things are processes. It's not necessarily the process word is used for only the business. No, every life there is a process. Every human being, we have a process. If you wake up in the morning till you sleep in the night, you have so many processes which are well defined, and which you are defining day by day based on your own the introspection and reflection. Though we don't know we are doing the introspection, but honestly we are doing every day. Yeah, this is why I say process is a part of life, part of the people. And then product, it could be anything. When I say product, is service is inside the product. So the product could be anything, what you touch, what you don't touch. So both touched and untouched constitute the product. It could be even the ecosystem, it could be even a garden in our house, it could be anything. It's also treated as a product. So the whole universe is standing on these three pillars. So that is why I am trying to say to you all that the world before your coronavirus and after coronavirus definitely are not the same. It cannot be the same, right? We all agree to that. You would have seen a lot of changes happened on these three pillars: people, process, product. Many changes has happened. Day and day by day, we are seeing that how the things are moving, how the things are getting changed. What you are assuming today, tomorrow morning, it will not be there. Yeah, you have a new rule coming from the government. You have a new restriction coming from yourself. So like this, every people, process, product elements are getting evolved day by day. So that is why I said when you want to do an introspection, please do it on these three elements: people, process, and product, which will definitely take you to a core, hardcore, I would say, hardcore element, and you can make an action to this. So this is an introspection. When I go into this deep into the introspection, I would like to tell you today we are in a confused state. We all agree, right? We are in a confused state. You can see the slide with the bubbles which I have put. Some are in red, some are in dark green, some are in light green, some are in yellow. So there are two different colors also. There are some significance which I brought to bring in on the slide. The white color font which talks about four fundamental questions: what to do, what is bad, how business will impact, what is not good. These are very obvious questions to anybody. We all will be triggering around these kind of questions. At the same time, you can see the letters which is coming from the blue font. This is our curiosity, or our assumptions, or our perception. So, which is nothing but job loss, pay cut, kids schooling, job placement, eroding savings, loss of livelihood. So these are all again, it's all getting job placements again. Huh? These are all getting again taking its own shape in the mind of everybody based on their capacity to read the situation, right? So in this kind of confused state, one can always think that my life now is going to be where I don't know where I should do, what I should do. And today's situation, I have to do many things which I have to, think about. And I have to always look at my colleagues, what they are doing, how they are doing. Always we think, right? If my friend is okay, I am okay. Yeah. So normally, human trends like to be routine always, yeah? Because we are also like computers. We have been programmed like that. Our brain is being programmed like that. So we are also having daily routine, which we need to do fundamentally. Now, this state has changed our fundamental routine. Yeah. So now once there is a state of change, what happens? We become panic. When we become panic, then we don't have, thinking process will get reduced. We don't have so many ideas. We could not see things clearly. It's all unclear. That's what you can see in this slide. All the elements are in different color, faded color. Some are dark colors. Very obvious influencers are in very very bold color, like what is bad, how business will impact, these kind of things. So we have to think that first step we should acknowledge this as our confusions, and we have to validate each our thought for clear direction set for us. We have to validate every element. All these the statements what I put, you have to validate. Definitely you need to validate and give a new dimension to this. Yeah, this is what I would like to convey to you. And let's take it to the next level of introspection, because the subject itself is introspection. So I'm talking a little bit more on introspection. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say here, always there are 3 E's to introspect. So you can see any traffic signal we undergo daily life has 3 colors, which is global colors, I would say: red, yellow, and green. Red is always to stop, and yellow is to watch, and green is to go. That means we are through. So when you exactly connect this to any of the human beings thinking process, so we also have 3 fundamental elements which goes inside. Number 1, is economical goals, which you can see in the top left corner. I said then what is important, my economical goals and objectives. This is of course a fundamental goal. Yeah. So the second, which is coming onto this, is what is important for my emotional development. Yeah, of course, we are human beings. We are always attached with emotions. So this is a second fundamental element to introspect. And the final element is what is important in my social and ethical relationship. Because always, we know all that we are social animal. So the social importance in ethical relationships are very, very important. So what we need to do, we have to rate this on a scale of, let's say 0 to 3 or 0 to 4 on every line and find out where we are standing. So these three axes are very important for us to look at the next level of our commitment or next level of our, the process. So that is why I have clearly put the 3 E's for introspect, and you have to find out where you are best for you and what is best for the society. So these are the two fundamental elements which you need to look at it, and further you need to take up from this angle. Then I'm going to go to the little bit the more on to the now core subject which we are all expecting, what is going to happen. So for me, sustainable development cycle is post COVID, how it looks like. This has 5 stages. This is what I defined the sustainable development cycle as 5 stages, and which I call it as a recovery mode. But what we need is important is thoughtful actions. You can see the 5 stages I divided as crisis, respond, adaptation, resilience, and prosper. So we are today, where are we? We are trying to respond and we are trying to adapt, right? So today people are talking, COVID will not go. It will become a part of our life. Yeah, truly. Like this is COVID is not the first in the world, right? In the millions of years of history, if you say that the humanity has been experiencing these kind of crisis so many times, but it could able to sustain and thrive out of it. And then when it is thrived, this has become a part of our life. So we need to look at from a different angle. We need to look at from a philosophical angle, looks like, but yes, this is the game of today. We need to I need to manage this accessory. That's it. If I don't manage this accessory, it will have a problem for me. It's as good as you bought something and you need to accessorize it. You're going to customize it to your own need. Now you have to make this COVID customized to your requirement, customized to your need. It's all in your hand. So I'm going to touch upon a little bit on the adaptation, resilience, and prosper. And what are the elements which are going to, change is I want to narrate like this. Okay. So let me look at it in a different need. For example, let's say cost optimization. Yeah. Today we need to think about cost because of course our life has changed. Lifestyle has changed. So that means cost has become a very optimistic, the element which we need to think about it. And minimal new investment. So we are planning to go very, aggressively. If you are an industrialist, if you are even if you are a student, let's say we are planning to go abroad for higher studies. Yeah, of course it will attract a new investment and maybe, it's a much better. So do we have a chance to think about it? That is what I'm saying, minimal new investment. Why don't we do what I wanted to do in abroad as a student? Those kind of elements, or I'm putting it across in an educational area as in going abroad for higher studies or taking up some very expensive courses, then coming to the business, investing for on land, investing on infrastructure, investing on tools, so many things. Yeah, starting a new venture. Then concentrate high growth area. So what you need to do is you need to concentrate on the high growth area. That is why I said introspection is very important. Yeah. For example, today we all know that the pharma guys are doing really good. because it is a crisis and they are very important in the part of the crisis management. So they are doing very good. Any pharma is doing good according to me. But do we need to think only that? Or do we have a solution for existing our mechanism? That is a whole area which we need to focus. And rewarding business model. We need to find out which business will give a reward. For example, if I want to narrate a story like, we need to think about so-called borderless business. For example, today for example, I have my own industry. For example, let's say I manufacture some car. Okay, I'm a car owner, car manufacturer, not owner, car manufacturer. Then today I have to think about why don't I start developing some medical equipments? Why don't I start up doing a sanitizer, development company? This is what I'm saying, borderless business. So you have to reward the right business model. For example, today you see FMCA, fast moving consumer goods, FMCG, their business model is so good, but they are able to penetrate. You see, Amazon has made so many billions of money during this COVID situation, because of their e-commerce, because of their supply chain, because of their network, they could able to rock. So that's how you need to find out which business will reward you, and you have to think on that aspect. The customer choice and values. So this is very important. Now, what has changed in the life is three things. One is the health hygiene has changed. People started thinking on a lot of healthy habits. Yeah. Second, habits have changed. Yeah, of course, habits have changed. We started thinking differently. Yeah. Then, as I said, for another element is hygiene. So we would like to see more hygiene in everything what I do, not only eating the food, but also whatever I do. So this health hygiene, which is fundamentally making us a big noise now at this COVID-19. So we need to find out what customer really need, and we need to add value to that. So that means I would request, taking this forum, I would request all the academicians and as well as the students and the deans and the teachers to think about how to add value in education system. It's not that our education system is bad, our education system is too good. But when we bring it to the practicality, how a graduate guy coming out of the college can add value to any of the customers. We are also customers. How he can add values. So that means more practicality, more pragmatic approach required in terms of their education deliverables to the society. This is where I think the educational institution need to focus. In PDCA, I would say about crisis management. Today, we should learn plan, do, check, action. When I say PDCA, because there are different kind of patterns in the life, right? So I don't procure I will take a simple example. I don't procure, the provisions for, let's say 1 month or 2 month or 3 month, and I don't stock because we feel it is available. And now this is not the situation. Now, because of the COVID story, most of the shops have closed. You don't get what you want at the right time, at the right quantity, at the right quality. So, but some of the people, we didn't even knew that how to manage the crisis. So many people I have seen, at least during the COVID-19 lockdown announcement, many people have done crisis shopping, panic shopping, I would say. The day before, one day before the announcement of the lockdown, or the day of announcement of the lockdown, you would have seen that all the grocery store shops or wherever it is, there was a huge queue. It's a crowd. People started doing panic shopping. Yeah, because why? We don't think that plan, do, check, action is also required in our personal life. We think this is only coming in the business. I learn in my book, but I implement when in my job. But I don't think it is required for my personal life. This is where we stand. So PDCA becomes challenging in the personal life. Now quickly on to the prosper area. New growth opportunity. Yes, I am saying that always any problem happen, I look at it, the problem is a golden egg. This is my statement. Problem is a golden egg, because I can find an opportunity to learn something new, to implement something new, or to start something new. Yeah, this is how we need to look at it. New growth opportunity and new innovations. See, when we are in crisis, when we got stuck, suddenly our brilliant ideas will come out. Yeah, breakthrough ideas will come out. So this is what the time for doing a lot of innovations and new way of living, which I said we have to change our style of living. Of course, today we are all connected by this, the internet. We all now in very far, but we are talking to each other. So that means this is a new way of living. We never, I mean, at least I have never assumed, though I do a lot of Skype meetings, team meetings every day as a part of my job profile with my corporate, but I never knew that I will do it with my own team who are sitting next chamber or next 30, 40 feet away. But we are doing that. It means this is a new way of living. So we have to be, adapted to these kind of situations. So going further, now I will touch upon quickly as time also going running. So adaptation and resilience, as I said, always these two elements will redefine our needs and wants. Okay, so I have captioned some of the aspect, like the company finance, especially minimum investment. We have to focus on cost reduction activity. It could be, when I said company, it is not necessarily a business unit. It could be even an educational unit, or it could be even an healthcare institution. It could be anything. So these are the two fundamental elements we need to focus. Strategy, what kind of strategy we need to think? We need to reward new business model. As I said, you have to evolve new, or if it is already existing, you have to reward it. Yeah. And concentrate on high growth area. You have to focus on what will fetch you more now, rather than investing and waiting for next 3 years, 4 years later to get the fruits. And digital transformation, this is very, very important. I again recommend all the education institution to focus more on digital transformation to the students, so that when they come out, they will be able to be a big asset for a future our country prospect. Because today we talk about artificial intelligence, we talk about machine learning, but as we compare to the developed countries, we are not very far away from them. We are giving the technology to them, but they are utilizing it maximum. But here we are not utilizing. It's not we don't have technology. Most of the technology, most of the brain is Indian brain, but it is operated in some other area, not here. I've been told the stories, I have read also, that the ATM concept was originated or a brainchild of an Indian guy. Yeah, this is what been told. So, but it is a fact. So that, but it has been first implemented in developed countries than developing countries. So when we can able to provide the technology to others, when we can able to provide our brain to somebody else, why don't we apply here? That's the whole aspect. Now this is the right time to use that forum to apply. So here students and teachers has to focus on providing better digital knowledge, digital transformation knowledge through technology revolution to the students. Customer values, as I said, back to basics. We need to understand what is required for a customer, and we need to give it to them instead of exaggerating the things. Now this is not that time, right? So we need to back to the basics. That's what I'm saying. Then self-sufficiency and sustenance, this is very important. We need to be fundamentally very strong by our own way, that it is not only finance but also in terms of health. Yeah, eco-friendly and family oriented. Now people are getting changed. Now we need to think about the nature also. What we contribute to the nature is very important. So that we need to be very, very careful and family oriented. Now we started becoming more family oriented because we never used to sit in home for 2 months with the family and work. So now that has become our culture now. That has become our habit now. So we are becoming more and more family oriented people now. So leadership, action and direction. Yeah, that means it's leader. As a leader, for example, we being the leader, we should not just focus on project, which we used to do so far. But now we also need to check on people, how to improve person's hygiene, how to increase his immunity, so that if he is a healthy guy, he can contribute more to my company or more to his own family. We have to think our perception in a different angle, then go out of our conservative approach. I would say that we have to come out from that, our safe zone. Yeah, we need to come out from our safe zone, and we need to go beyond it. Then development opportunities, I will say limited opportunity in short term, but capitalization is key. This is a very interesting word. Till COVID-19, people think the opportunity is limited. We can do whatever we want, we can earn a lot of money, but it is not the story. Later you will fail if you don't capitalize it. The capitalization is very important. Whatever you do today, you should think about how to capitalize it for a longer duration time, though the business looks very small now or short term oriented. For example, I would say now the sanitizer sales has drastically go up across the world. All sanitizer manufacturers has become too rich now, billionaires. But the point is, we may think after COVID-19, sanitizer may get diluted. This is how the people think, but not really. The sanitizer company should know how to make it as a part of every human being life. Yeah, this is what I would like to say. Then train ourselves to achieve working condition even in crisis time. This is what we are all doing, right? Work from home. Yeah, we can able to do the job sitting at home. Same way, kids can sit in home and can get connect in the school. The students get connect with the university through e-learning. So these are all crisis preparation. So we have been prepared, and we are getting to a more deeper crisis handling skills. This is what I see, that adaptation and resilience is very important. Quickly onto the prosper can reform. Yeah, so we have the agri, farm and food processing area. I divided into 4 segments. In the agriculture or farm area, so village economic zones, this is going to be again a good area to grow. Nutrition focused crops, urban farming, higher consumption of seafoods, frozen foods, rural skill enhancement. What I'm trying to say is, these are the area which will be future yielding for all of us. So you can bring even technology here. For example, you can even predict what kind of crops can come, what kind of soil can give what kind of crop, what is the level of yield, what is the level of productivity, by applying your artificial intelligence. So this is the area where the skill can get more, the practice or more artificial intelligence. To me, there are 5 levels. Today in India, we are using at level 2. So we have to cross the borders and go beyond it. Similar way, if you see the retail business, everything today we talk on e-commerce. Everything is virtual. All experiences are virtual. You can see I have listed many things. So you can see business to business purchases are also become online. Everything is live streaming, as we are doing now. Online entertainment. So, it is the sky is the limit. So it is something we are trying to say, that retail business is going to go very high. So that means what we need is how we can integrate our business process, either define or redefine or reform to fix it to this. So these are the focus area where the students can think how they can bring an innovation or creativity to contribute to the society. Then quickly on to the mobility. So more personal car usage will happen, because I would say that Ola, Uber, I'm not saying it will get dilute, but people will fond of taking their own car, thinking about the hygiene, thinking about the safety, thinking about so many aspects. So that means I would say that the automotive field, I pursue that it will grow. Though now it is completely zero, but it will go up according to me, because people will pay higher price for mobility. People will try to buy their own car rather than going in Ola, Uber, which has been used by many other people. So they will find a new ways of mobility. And maybe the accessories business of automotive world will drastically go up. Maybe people will expect cars should have a disinfectant, and people will say, about say touchless door opening, and all the remote access people will start expecting in the car. That means new features, new add-ons, new gadgets will come into the world. So that means This will make a forum for all the new students or faculty members to think about how to push or how to build the students about the I would say that the new business development activities or entrepreneurship programs, how they can become their own industrialist, both entrepreneur and entrepreneur, both they can become now. This is the right time for the people, especially the startup Indias. You can see that a lot of announcement from Prime Minister Narendra Modi that many of the companies are shifting to India. So this is the right time for people can own the company, can start up their own business. So the primary focus here is you have to give both business as well as the technical acumen to the students. This is the area where all the institution should focus. Environmental friendly mobility solution is what the requirement of the day. If I go to the healthcare and personal hygiene, Ayurvedic and preventive medicines will go really up, because this is the time now people are experimenting, doing a lot of experiments and bringing in vaccination. But at the same time, there is something which is required, which is very, very important, is our old mythological so-called Ayurvedic solutions. Definitely over a period of months, some solution will definitely come which will make your immune system strong. It may not be a vaccine for COVID, but it will make how to make your immune system strong. So those kind of things will definitely evolve. Medical history recordings, again, here people can even utilize a lot of technologies what we have, AI, ML, and also that they can able to do a lot of data analytics and prevent or even predict some of the future trend, and can able to take up some of the solutions to manage the society as well as the individuals. Yeah, you can start thinking about making sanitizers in households. So people can start off thinking about some of the vaccination which can be prepared in house only. It's not vaccination is required in the hospital. You can think about, this is an out of box idea, but people can think, why not? So that means this is a big basket. The COVID-19 has opened a very big basket which will definitely make people to think about so many aspects. So I have put three areas as a future opportunities. This slide is very important for all of you to look at it. So I divided into technology, entrepreneurship, and high growth business. So if I talk about technology, virtual reality, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, prognosis, eye augmentation, big data, Internet of Things. So these are the area I strongly feel that it will go very, very high. It will have a dramatic changes in terms of requirement, and this is the right time for all the students and all the faculty members to think about the imbibing this into the curriculum. Yeah, this is what I would strongly suggest or recommend all of you. And entrepreneurship, if I talk about the we know that now a lot of telemedicine, which you call telemedicine activities are going on. That means you call transcription, teletranscriptions, and also that EDU, they have a e-school, EDU tech school, where these kids do not need to go to school. Probably it will come in India also soon, maybe 1 or 2 years. You don't need to have space for school. For example, I would say, if I look at it, that is the best way. You don't need to build such a huge infrastructure, make such a big buildings, these, that, and all. People can learn from home. It could be in future. It may come. So then mobility may become as a service. So people started thinking about a lot of service related options in terms of commuting from place to place or office to home or whatever it is. Yeah. Then India traditional medicines. That's what I was saying about Ayurvedic, all other elements of mythological solutions may become very popular. So that means people who are in the medicine field can think about doing some kind of a revolutionary innovation in this area. And again, urban farming. Yeah, here definitely you can utilize the technologies as of today. People can think about out of box thinking to focus on this. If I talk about high growth, which is I would say that quick win. Yeah. So if you see this triangle, high growth could be a quick win. Technology could be a medium range, I would say mid-term plan, and entrepreneurship could be a long term. So you can divide the entire development cycle into three quadrants. So if I talk about high growth business, remote workforce, as I said, and business to business e-commerce, the e-commerce activities, mobility solutions, maybe we may soon get, maybe in near future of 5-10 years, you may soon get basic autonomous car, which you call it as a pilotless cars. And you can see the mobility of auto bikes, where you can see in that image of mobility, people can travel the single by their own vehicle, so which is again giving a solution to them. And then, of course, the medical devices, definitely medical devices will certainly go for a revolutionary change. This is what I feel overall picture about the high growth business or future opportunities in the context of India. So with respect to this, also the government of India is providing a lot of big support to the humankind, so that whoever would like to start up their own make in India or made in India concept, they are sponsoring with a lot of funds. So please utilize these kind of opportunities. If you have a good idea, you can make your own company also. So please think more pragmatically what you can do or how you can contribute to the nation. So I've come to my own definition. So in my own definition, this is what I created. I called COVID-19 as creating opportunity for validating our introspection and development. This is what my definition of COVID. The 19 starts for 19 jewels. What are those jewels? I have just put it across down, which we discussed in last 30 minutes. So if I talk from the C, is basically creative, means creativity, convincing. Yeah, we have to convince ourselves to what we live. And condition, whatever the condition come in front, we need to be open for that. Care, of course, we need to care ourselves, we need to care our family, we need to care our this the ecosystem also. Culture, yes, the culture will get changed, which is get influenced. Then if I go to it's optimistic. Of course, in this kind of situation, we should be more optimistic. We should not let it go. We should be more optimistic. I would say more positive. And ownership. Yeah, we need to own the things. Whatever we are today, we need to own the things. No matter whether it is bad or good, but we need to own it. And opportunity. Yes, as I said, there are huge opportunities which we can think about it. When I say validating, value creation. We need to think how I add value either to the nature or to my family or to my organization or to my institution or to my individual level. That is a value creation. And I have to validate every element before I do. As I said, you cannot do a wrong investment at this time. Yeah. So it is like, I would say that we are all sailing on uncharted waters. We should know how to sail safe. So that means we should be very clear that the validation is very much important for every action what we do. And again, venture. We can venture into any area what we want. In virtual reality, this today we are talking everything digital, we are talking everything remotely. So this virtual reality not necessarily is a gadget, not necessarily is a device, but it is also the human to human. Yeah, we have all together. We are on a connect now. We are on a connected engineering. I would say this platform is a connected engineering, but we are not physically touching each other. But still we are connected virtually. Now, this is how the virtual world you have to apply everywhere. This is a virtual reality. So, and when I talk about immunity is a very strong word. Immunity can have many things. Immunity of your health. Yeah, that means you need to be very strong to fight against this virus. Immunity of your skill. That means you need to check what is your skill today and you have to make it more strong so that you can take up this very strongly for your future. That means immunity of skill. Then integrity, of course, we should be very, very loyal to what we are, whether it is institution or my own personal studies or my own discipline. That integrity I need to bring. Innovation, as I rightly said, this is the time to bring our innovation mind open, more openness. This is very, very important for this kind of a crisis. And development, as I said, development could be develop myself. That means develop individual, develop society, and also develop your organization or develop your institution. So that is a word called develop. And differentiable, when I say differentiate, you need to be unique, right? If there are 130 companies making a sanitizer, so how do I make a different sanitizer which everybody always want to buy from me? That is a differentiator. That is where your value addition come into picture. Can you think about an innovation inside? So you can see why I said that 19 jewels, every word is connected with this 19 element one or the other way. If you can go deep dive, then define. When I say define is, it's not only, see, for example, if I have to go from Chennai to Delhi by air, there is a definite process. Okay. So under this crisis, probably we may redefine this process of traveling. So that means that is a definite defining as well as redefining. There is a process, business process engineering so called. All the business processes will get redefined now. It will take a new shape. Probably it may not have a 360-degree change, but it will have a partial change. Every process will have a partial change. For example, you just think about 3 months before how you are and now how you are. There are a lot of your own process got changed. Definitely. So this is how the process is getting evolved every day. And of course, as I said, develop again, because I put 2 times very clearly, because first develop is for developing our personality, developing our persona, developing our individual as such. But another develop is developing the society, developing the country, developing who are associated with us. So that means as a faculty, as a teachers, I always respect the deans, teachers, and the faculty members, and also the institution, because you gave the right birth to the people, which is knowledge. So with your support, I think the current, the era should take up a next level of elevation by incorporating a new set of skills, new set of personality, new set of adaptations to take up the future challenges. So probably this could be my last slide. So let me give you my story now, coming back. Now, when I started, I said it is destination, unknown, right? Now I am saying it is destination unlimited. So now you understood the difference in 35 minutes, what I am talking about it. Now today, the destination is unlimited. Now if you ask the horse, not only horse, the rider of the horse also will say, I can do anything. I have many things to do. So what is the element is the introspection, adaptation, resilience, prosper, and challenge. So these are the very 5 fundamental elements which is always required to focus on. So I define COVID again is a transformation journey. It's a transformation journey which is making us to think a lot, to take our future a bold step and a reformed step. So I would always say that we are moving. Why I am saying transformation journey again? Because we are moving from touch to untouched, right? So many things we used to go and buy. Today we buy online, right? So many things we go to office to do the job, but today I can do it in home, sitting in home. Similar way, kids go to school and learn. Today they can connect by e-school and can learn. So this is nothing but we are moving our trajectory is going towards touch to untouched. So this is how the whole story talks about the transformation journey. With this, I would like to, before I sign off my session, so I wish you all a healthy and safety life. And I say that stay positive always, stay safe and stay healthy. Okay. And thank you again for listening to me for last 47, 48 minutes I spoke, I believe. So thank you so much for your kind time. Thank you. So now I'm opening the forum. You have any questions or you have anything to share with me? Please. Thank you so much. Over to you, sir.
Excellent speech, sir. Really wonderful session to begin with. Really amazing. You have given great avenues to think about. What are the technologies? What are the businesses that we have to concentrate in future? Everything is really eye opener for all the audience. It is going to be eye opener for the in future. The message will be taken to the classrooms. So already the 700 plus persons are seeing in YouTube. Almost 2000 plus playback happened at YouTube. I request you to share a few more experiences, sir. How the education system will flourish. Those aspects, if you could share for another 2 minutes, that will be great thing for our kind of educational people.
Yeah. So thank you, sir. Thank you for asking this question. So to me, education, as I always say, education is the fundamental aspect of any one of us, knowledge. So because today, if I see that how the industry is moving or how the society is moving, we need a lot of discipline, sir. So the discipline can come only from the education. So when I say that in the education sector today, one fine day, definitely we all will have, it is same as the developed country. Today, nobody will buy the car. They would like to have a shared mobility. Similar way, in developed countries, there are some schools where students do not want to go to schools. Huh? Students don't go to school. They only go during the monthly once or 2 months once for some kind of an session with the teacher or face-to-face talks or something. Otherwise, everything is happening in the home, and they've created a virtual school in home. So I would say the education segment also, one or the other way, it will lead to this direction. So maybe not tomorrow, maybe over a period of 4 to 5 years, we will have more on e-learning programs. So I would say the first primary focus is e-learning. We need to think about how we can educate our students through e-learning, because e-learning to me, it is not just I made a script and I just float it in the website so that people will learn and answer some questions. It is not that I'm talking. When you say really e-learning means you have to give the concepts. In today's education system, we have to more focus on concepts, sir, which is I would say practicality. We would have learned 64 subjects in engineering, but when we come out first day of the job, whether I am using 64 subject, maybe no. Answer is no. So this is where the practicality comes into picture. So I would always recommend all the institution to focus more on practicality. I would say that the virtual practicality is very difficult. I do agree, but
Yes, sir.
in some areas like computer science, electronics, wherever possible, you can bring the virtual reality also, virtual practicality also.
But
But
core
where
domain, it's difficult. I
core,
understand. Yes.
yeah, core domain, it is very, very hard. In that way, I would say maybe, in case of mechanical, automotive domain, it's very difficult. They need to
Yes.
really touch the product. Otherwise, they cannot manage. So in this kind of scenarios, you have to give more focus on practical oriented approach. It is not only because of COVID, I am saying, it is also post-COVID or pre-COVID, I would say. This is what I always recommend whenever I go to my, a lot of graduations program, I go as a speaker. At that time, I always say, please focus more on practicality, because this is what required today, employability skill. Which say, if you say employability skill, we don't have a bridge today. Okay, we finish engineering, they come to the interview, definitely it's a big gap. So what I'm going to ask a question may not be digested by him, because we don't have a bridge course. If education sector can think about a bridge course between the graduation timing and the journey to the professional life, that will be a great thing. So which nobody has experimented. I would strongly recommend, if all faculty members, all the institution across India, if they can think about this kind of a bridge course, where
Yes.
students during engineering only can learn first
Sure.
day of my professional life, I think that will be great, sir.
Sure, sir. Excellent point to note. Yes, sir. Vidya, madam, you please continue.
So thank you so much for an enriching session. I will just post two questions for you from the audience. How
Yeah,
do we adjust our mindset and values in this current scenario?
yeah. The answer is very simple. The mindset is our own, right? You cannot get an influencer for this. So mindset is our own. So I have to make up my mind. I have to make up my mind that I should be very strong. I should be very positive. These are the only two answer I can say. Somebody cannot change your mindset. You have to
True.
change your mindset. So
Yes.
be positive, be confident. Automatically your mind will change.
Thank you, sir. Next question. I'm an assistant professor and I'm teaching my students online, but it's getting difficult to find out learning level of the students.
I feel, sir, maybe your answer to this is, again, I'm saying whether you are learning, I'm sorry, I'm not commenting directly, but I want to put up my points that, I feel whether the session is interactive or not. Session is interesting because you are teaching. Definitely student has to learn. That is interesting, but whether it is interacting or not is a big question mark, sir. I'm not saying about your class, I'm saying in general, because I see how my son is now studying or my daughter is studying in a school, I mean that is in my home. So there are two ways. One, you need to make a two-way communication. I have seen a lot of the kids have put on the mic, the mute button, and they'll be doing something else. But where a teacher will spend 1 hour, they have spent a lot of energy, 3 days to prepare that PPT and try to imbibe into their mind. But these guys are not listening. This is a
Yes,
fact.
sir.
So that is why you need to bring a mechanism where the session will be two-way. You have to ask them a question, or you have to make them involved in some activity where they have to be with you the whole 45 minutes or 1 hour. If you don't make it
True, sir.
interactive, I am sure it will not happen.
True, sir. True, sir. I wish to add one more point in this.
Yeah,
Sir, the situation is not a big surprise for a teacher level. It is a
yeah,
big surprise for the Google people also.
yeah,
Normally, we use Google Meet for handling classes. When we
yeah,
use laptop, there are methods. Google Chrome extension is there for taking Google Meet attendance.
yeah,
But survey says 90% of our teacher use
yeah,
mobile phone for handling the classes, Google Meet
yeah,
classes. But
yeah,
please remember, our Google Chrome extension is not available for Android. Yeah, biggest giant,
yeah,
they themselves doesn't carry this at present. At this minute also, they doesn't have this Google Chrome extension suitable for the Android. We have to use some other browser. From them, we have to go for the extension. But the world is seeing this kind of situation at first time. So it is a time to equip either big people like Google or people like us also. There will be one day, there will be a situation where all the Google Meet classrooms also equipped with artificial intelligence, where the student movement, everything will be monitored. Of course, I wish to add one more point. There are some specialized softwares available which carry the online examination. If you share your screen, if you turn your eyes, automatically you will be caught. You will be terminated from doing examination. Like that, there are some system, but in Google Meet, they have to be accommodated. I am
yeah.
100% sure in 100 days or say 1 year, the technology will be available in Google Meet itself. So we'll use.
See, one point I want to add one more element. As the technology is growing, we also should be very, very clear that we are human beings. We are
Yes.
much beyond technology, and we always find out the other way to kill the technology. This is a fact. For example, I will tell you, my son was showing me 2 days before in his school that teacher is teaching. The subject was not interesting. Okay, these guys are very high level guys, looks like kids. What they have done, some people have a group. They used to remove all the students from the class, and teacher was always finding why these so many 30 people were there, now it has become suddenly 15. Why, what happened? Then they abruptly join, they remove somebody, again remove their names. Finally he removed the teacher also. So they know how to do all these things very smartly, because our brain is so fast. As technology is growing, today's kids brain is
Yes.
too high. It is beating technology. So
They are
that
too
is why
bright.
it is very challenging. Yeah, too bright. It is very challenging to manage these two.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Vidya, sorry,
Thank
Vidya,
you
please
so much.
continue.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. So that's about it. Thank you once again for your wonderful session, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. P. Harshini to deliver the vote of thanks, please.
Good morning, everyone. It is my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks on the first day of this one week online FDP for traders on mastering the art of post-COVID challenges for sustainable development. At the outset, let me extend my utmost gratitude to our Honorable President, Engineer ACS Arun Kumar, for allowing us to conduct many programs for the benefit of the student community and learning community. Without his moral support and ever failing guidance, such programs would remain a mere dream after all. I also thank all other dignitaries of our esteemed Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, especially our beloved Vice Chancellor Dr. S. Geeta Lashmi and eminent Registrar Dr. C.B. Palnivelu for standing by us and resolutely believing in us, due to which every journey we undertake successfully reaches its destination. Words stand powerless at this moment to express the overflow of gratitude to erudite Mr. Anandaraman Prakash, Vice President, Renault Nissan Technology and Business Center Private Limited, for his wonderful and thought-provoking session today. His topic, Impact of COVID and Introspection, was much relevant to the present situation. All the valuable points that he shared would definitely go a long way in bringing fruitful changes in us and to the nation as a whole. We also thank him profusely for taking time off from his busy schedule to inspire us with his excellent and well thought out ideas that prove a blend of practical knowledge and the tough reality surrounding us. Thank you, sir. Ending
Thank
this
you, ma'am.
beautiful opportunity of thanking would prove unsatisfactory if I fail to thank the numerous participants who have joined from various corners of the nation. Thank you, dear participants. We sincerely appreciate your enthusiasm to learn and widen your knowledge base. Enjoy your learning on all days and stay home and stay safe. Let's meet tomorrow again at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much. Thank you
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much, Chief Guest. Thank you, Dean.
Vidya, madam, can you,
Yes, sir.
Vidya, 1 minute. Can you tell
Yes, sir.
about that participation certificate to the audience?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Because
sir. I'll
all,
do that
yes,
now.
all will
Yes.
listen to. Yes.
Dear participants, we just have a feedback link which will be activated on the last day, which is on 23rd Saturday evening. Once the session is over, the link will be activated. There is no feedback session for all days. You just have to fill that feedback session on Saturday, and you will get the e-certificate after that. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We will all meet tomorrow again at 10 o'clock. Anything else
Thank
to be
you.
added, sir?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent.
Oh,
Thank you, sir.
thank